Hey, thanks for joining us. Today we're talking about the Astra Bi-Color 3X. The Litepanels Astra. It's a great light. I want to tell you about it. It's a 1x1. Litepanels has been making 1x1s for about 10 years now, but this one's better. It's about 3 times the output of the original Litepanels 1x1s. And they accomplish that by actually lensing each of the LEDs. The cool thing about that is it makes it really efficient. It only uses about 55 watts of power, which means you can run it off batteries. Ours run on V-mount batteries, and one 90 watt-hour V-mount battery will run it for about 2 hours, probably a little longer, which means it's great on location. You don't need to be plugged into the wall, but you can also plug it into the wall. Wow, imagine that. It's a bicolor light. And what I mean by that is it has 2 different grids of daylight and tungsten balanced LEDs. And you can mix those to come up with different color temperatures. So whether you're on a set like we are today with tungsten lights, you can match to that. You've got daylight streaming in through a window, you can match to that. Let me show you. So one of the things that's kind of annoying about the Astra, but it's not a big deal, you have to use a separate cable to utilize battery power. There's a D-tap on the battery plate. Just plug the cable into that. You're going to swap out the connector on the back of the light fixture. Stow your cable. Install a V-mount battery. Another thing that's cool about these lights, they're fully dimmable. So if you need it to be brighter, you can make it a lot brighter. We're going to keep it a little under the hat today. But you can vary the color temperature on these lights from tungsten, which is what we have set up in the studio today, all the way over to daylight. So that's 3200 to 5600 Kelvin. And if you need to be somewhere in the middle, you can be somewhere in the middle, not a problem. If you're trying to match fluorescent fixtures, great. You may need to gel it for plus or minus green, if that's the case. But we're going to show you some of the accessories we have with these lights. Stay tuned. So one of the first things you're going to probably want to do is actually soften this light. It's a 1x1, it's an LED panel, but it's actually got kind of a hard light to it. So a couple ways you can do that. You could literally just take some diffusion, stick it right on the front, you'd really be good to go. But if you're trying to get a handle on the spread of that light or have it only fall just on your subject, well, you're probably going to need something like a softbox. Litepanels actually works with DOP Choice to offer the snap bag, which is super easy to use. It goes on, it fits the light perfectly, and they offer a grid for it so you can control that light even more. I'll show you. It just snaps out like this, and it's got 2 little tabs on the side. They're very cute. And to start, you're going to wrap these around the lockdown knobs. And then it's as easy as finding each of the corners, and you're going to pull the elastic onto the back of the light. Just make sure when you're done that all 4 corners are flush and that the little fabric retainers are in each corner. But once you've got it on the front of the light, you can put your diffusion in. There's no up or down. It's 16 inches square, so you just pick a side. When you're putting this in, you want to make sure that you put it toward the back of the Velcro on the front of the softbox. And the reason for that is we've got a soft grid that's going to go in front of the actual diffusion to help control the spill. You just want to make sure that there's no light leak around the edges. It's all pretty soft, so it doesn't have to be perfect as long as you've got a big piece of diffusion in the front. Now you've got actually a larger source, which means it's going to be softer just by that fact, but it's also going to be diffused through the half grid. I'll show you that because, why not? So now I have a softer source. I can actually push more light through this, and it's still going to retain that nice soft quality. The snap grid's super easy to use. You literally just open it up and now you're almost done setting it up. It's got a Velcro edge to it, and you just pop that on the front of the light grid and make sure you don't have any spill. And now you've got a nice soft source that falls off really rapidly because you're basically taking a large light and making it a series of little 2x2 lights. So I don't have any spill over here, but I've got nice soft light in front. So that's the Litepanels Astra. It's a really handy light. It's bicolor, it's portable, it's battery powerable. What's not to like?